Math 8, Unit 9, Lesson 4, Part 3. We're going to be going over examples of zero and negative exponent problems. The previous videos go over the rules. Here we'll just be applying them. These three examples are already worked. You can see this first one, 3 to the negative 4. You move the power to the bottom and it gets a positive exponent. And then you can evaluate it. 3 to the 4th is 81, giving you 1 over 81. The next one, you can see we're multiplying these. So we add the exponents together. We get a 0 power, which, since it's not 0 to the 0 power, it's some other number, we get 1. C. 2 to the 6 over 2 to the 8th. We would do the quotient rule and subtract. Do 6 minus 8, we get negative 2. To get a positive exponent, we'll go ahead and move it to the bottom, then evaluate, and we get 1/4. Okay, next examples. 4 to the negative 2. If we're evaluating it, we would just move that to the bottom and become 4 to the 2. 4 to the 2 is 4 times 4. We get 1/16. Number 2, negative 2 to the negative 5th. Well, first we'll take care of the negative 5 by moving it to the bottom of a fraction. It becomes positive 5. And then negative 2 times itself 5 times is negative 32. So I get negative 1/32. And the negative actually could go on bottom, on top, or just in front of the fraction. All three are good. It usually doesn't get put on bottom. It's usually on top or in front. Okay, 6 to the negative 8 times 6 to the 8th. We will go ahead and add the exponents together because they're being multiplied. And we get 6 to the 0. Since 6 is not 0, we have 6 to the 0, it's going to equal 1. Number 4, 3 to the 5th negative 3 to the 5th over negative 3 to the 6th. Since they're the same bases, we can subtract the exponents. 5 minus 6 is negative 1. So we get negative 3 to the negative 1st. That moves it to the bottom of a fraction. Notice how the base does not change here. The base remains negative 3. So the first power doesn't do anything, so this is just negative 1/3. 1 over 5 to the 7th times 1 over 5 to the negative 4th. Let's just multiply straight across here. 5 to the 7th times 5 to the negative 4. We're going to do 7 plus negative 4. That's going to be 3. 5 to the 3rd. And that's 5 to the 3rd. You calculate, it's 125. Okay, number 6. 4 to the 5th times 4 to the negative 3 all over 4 squared. Let's leave the 4 squared on bottom alone for a moment and look on up top. 4 to the 5th times 4 to the 3rd, we can add those two exponents and get 2. So this is 4 squared. And then we can do 2 minus 2 and we get 4 to the 0, which is just 1. Number 7. 8x to the negative 2. We're going to take the x to the negative 2 and move it down to the bottom to become x squared. And we get 8 over x squared as our answer. Number 8. The b to the 0 is just 1. B to the 10th can be, or b to the negative 10th can be moved to the bottom and become b to the 10th. And we get our answer, 1 over b to the 10th power. 9. We've got 15 on bottom. I'm going to leave it there. Let's do z to the 6th minus z to the 9th. And that z to the 6 minus 9 would be negative 3. We just need to move it to the bottom. And we get 1 over 15z to the 3rd. And that one is done. Number 10. 14u to the negative 4th over 7u to the 8th. Well, 14 over 7 reduces to 2. U to the negative 4 minus u to the negative 8 is going to be u to the negative 12. Move that to the bottom, and we get 2 over u to the 12. And that would be the answer there. 11. 18w to the negative 8 over 18w to the negative 5. Now on this one, the 18 will stay where it is. W will do negative 8 minus negative 5. So that would be 18w to the negative 3. Let's move that to the bottom. and we get 10, that's not 10, that's 18. 18 over w to the third power, and that's our answer. Y to the fifth times z to the negative 3. We just want to move z to the negative 3 down to the bottom and make it z to the positive 3. And we get our answer, y to the fifth over z to the third. Number 13, 2 to the negative 3. We'll go ahead and move that down. It becomes 2 to the positive 3. A to the 0 is just 1. B to the negative fourth can move to the top and become b to the fourth. And it looks like on top we've got b to the fifth, b to the fourth, and on bottom we've got 2 cubed. B to the fifth and b to the fourth can be put together to make b to the ninth. And then 2 to the third is 8. So this is b to the ninth power all over 8. Okay, last example. This one's kind of a doozy, but we get to use all of our exponent rules here. We need to distribute this to every power within the parentheses, top and bottom. We could simplify what's inside first, but let's just distribute this. 3 becomes 3 to the negative 2. X times 2, negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Y to the 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. All over 3 to the negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. X, negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Y to the negative 1 to the negative 2. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Okay, let's move things around. It looks like the 3 to the minus 2 needs to come down. The y to the minus 10 needs to come down. All right, they're all positive exponents. Let's do some simplifying now. We've got 3 to the fourth and 3 squared. That's 3 to the sixth. Of course, that's on bottom. And we've got y squared and y to the 10th. That's y to the 12th. And for the x's, x to the fourth over x squared, that'll be x to the 4 minus 2. That'll be x squared on top. And I think that covers everything. The only thing we might do is do 3 to the 6th power, which would be, what is that, 729? I'll double check that with my calculator. I believe it's 729. It is 729. So this is x squared over 729 y to the 12th as the final answer. Okay, in your assignment, you get to evaluate the expressions on number 1. Number 2, simplify, write each answer using only positive exponents. So make sure your answers don't have any negative exponents in them. 3 is a solve. 4 is using 2 points to create a function, linear function. 5, determine whether it's a function, yes or no. Number 6, find the distance of the shortcut. Number 7 is a example of an exponential function. You'll be studying those in 9th grade, and that's a prequel to it. Number 8 is, dealing with exponents in a situation problem. Thanks for watching.